Hey, Amy from A Boss Being Life, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really quick and easy Italian beef recipe. So if you don't know what Italian beef is, it is actually a sandwich, and I grew up near Chicago, and so these are really big in Chicago. There's one place that we used to always go. Every time we go back to Chicago, we usually try to stop by there, or my mom will order it in. The problem with Chicago Italian beef is you can't really get it anywhere else. You might get Chicago style Italian beef, but there's many different styles and they're very drastically different. So I learned this when I was going to college in Southern Illinois. I ordered Italian beef, it came, and I was like, what is this? This doesn't look like Italian beef at all, because it was shredded, it wasn't shaved. And so there's very different types, and you can kind of make this how, if you want to make it in the slow cooker, if you want to make it this shredded kind, you can do that. But this is so fast and easy, it's crazy. It'll take you about 10 minutes, and if you are in a hurry for dinner, this would be the perfect recipe. Today we have kind of a crazy day going on. We had to go grocery shopping in the morning, and then this afternoon my daughter has swim lessons, and in between that I have regular household stuff. If you need to get food on the table in 10 minutes, this is the perfect recipe. To make this really quick Italian beef, what you need is about 1 pound of shaved beef steak. Or some type of shaved beef. You can ask the butcher to do this. I got this at Trader Joe's. They don't always have it, but when they do, I grab it so I can make this. You need a 7-ounce can of green chilies, and then some seasonings. This is just Italian seasoning and some onion and garlic powder, and then about 3 cups of beef broth. Now you need the beef broth because you need the juice. In Chicago style Italian beef, it's all about the juice, or the au jus if you want to be all fancy. And so this is when you put it on your sandwich, you put a lot of juice so it's nice and soggy, which sounds gross, but it's really good. And that's the way I like it. You're gonna wanna serve this on a roll, a hoagie, some French bread. We usually serve this just on a slice of bread because most of my family is gluten-free. And so we just get the bread because it's the cheapest way of going about it, but you could definitely get a roll if you would like to do that. So today I'm also gonna make it in the Instant Pot, which you do not have to do. I normally don't do this, but the pan that I need is dirty. And so I'm just gonna use the Instant Pot to make it easier, and it's a lot easier showing you guys how to do it if I'm doing it this way rather than at my stove. So this is a stovetop recipe, but I'm doing it in my Instant Pot. You can do it either way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the beef broth, and this can be homemade beef stock. It can be store-bought. I'm using store-bought because we don't usually get beef bones very often, and honestly, beef stock's kind of a pain to make. So I'm just gonna use store-bought beef broth, about 3 cups. And now I'm gonna turn this on to saute so it starts boiling. If you're doing it on the stove, just turn it to about medium-high heat, and we're gonna start it getting going. And then I'm gonna add this can of peppers. So I'm gonna add my seasonings. It's about 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. And I'm just gonna sprinkle this in. I have about 1 teaspoon of salt, and you want more or less. Usually after I cook the steak, I like to taste the broth to see how it tastes, and then add more salt and pepper to it if I like. Okay, so we're just gonna let that heat up. All right, so this is almost boiling. It's one nice thing about the Instant Pot, it goes so fast. The hands-on time is like nothing. When you get it from the store, the thinly shaved, this looks really gross. When you get it from the store, the thinly shaved Italian beef is not exactly as thin as you would get it, say, at a restaurant, but basically the same premise. And this is how I like it. It's a shaved. It's important. Shaved, not shredded. If you don't have beef broth on hand, you could use chicken broth. The flavor will be slightly different. Or you could use water. You're just gonna have to add a lot more salt and seasoning to it to make it taste better, to make it have more flavor. Because the beef broth does add quite a lot of flavor to it. So as soon as it starts boiling, we're gonna add the beef right to it, and then only cook it for like 3 to 5 minutes until the beef is cooked. Since it's shredded, it cooks really quickly. So if you go to the grocery store and they don't have this really thinly sliced beef, you can ask the butcher to slice them up for you really thinly, and you only need about 1 pound. And our meals, we usually don't eat like an absolute ton of meat. And so we'll get a couple meals out of this, but if you're a family that likes to eat a lot of meat at mealtime, then you can definitely do like 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. And there should be enough beef to cover that. All right, we got it all in. Give it a few stirs. And you'll really be able to tell when it's done because it will go from pink to brown. So my husband is not a beef eater. Like, he'll tell you straight up he does not like beef. But I love beef, and so on occasion I will make it. And I made this a couple weeks ago for him, and he ate it and loved it, and he was like, wow, this is really good. This has so much flavor. So I was, one, shocked because he hates beef. And so I said, I could make this again? He was like, yeah, this is really good. So, there you go. Even beef haters might like it. This is definitely not one of like the prettiest looking recipes in the entire world, but it's delicious, so hey. It's okay, it doesn't always have to be Pinterest perfect all the time. All right, we're done, guys. Wasn't that easy? And so fast. So good. But all we're gonna do is we're gonna serve this up on our bread. Oh, and I forgot the best part is the au jus. You're just gonna put it there. No, I usually like to like soak mine, because that is the true way of eating Italian beef. Is that just me? Serve it up with some roasted potatoes or some French fries. I usually like to serve it with some like fermented pickles. Really quick and easy, perfect for quick weeknight meal when we have things to do, like go. We have soul lessons tonight. So I can whip this up, and it's good and healthy, real food, real fast, which is basically my motto in life. Thank you so much for stopping by Blossoming Life YouTube channel. I'd like to share one new recipe, DIY project, or DIY natural product every week. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Thanks so much for coming by.